What is going on, all you Boruto fans? Unpredictable 60 here, bringing you guys the next Boruto review. Today we'll be talking about episode 7, Love and Potato Chips. This was a very interesting episode because we finally found someone who made things a little more interesting. His name, of course, is Magire Karimio, something like that. And his special ability is cloaking himself so that no one can see him. Of course, you know, he still needs work because they did notice him when he was like following them. So they basically knew that somebody was there, but they didn't know exactly who. So of course, Chocho was the one thinking that someone's following her, but in actuality, it was Samir that the guy was actually looking for. He had a crush on her, but didn't really want to say, you know, that he did because he was shy, and he was from a different class than Boruto's class. So of course, he didn't really have a chance to ever tell her that because they're always probably doing different things. And I just find that really interesting that he was actually stalking her and just trying to make her life a living hell when she rejected him after he asked her out. Because of course we all thought that maybe she was going to give him a chance, see what he's about, see who he is. And she just basically said, no, see ya, bye Felicia. You know, it was one of those things that, you know, happens to a lot of guys. They try to ask a girl out, they get rejected because somehow, some way they do something, or they're just not attractive, or you know, the girl's not attracted to them. Sucks for the guy. It's kind of a dick move in my opinion, but you know, that's just how girls are these days in my opinion. I have a lot of experience with that, believe it or not. But that's not a subject I want to get into because that's not what this video is about. But of course, let's get back into the fact that Boruto and his classmates had to defend Samir because this guy was basically going crazy after the fact that he got rejected. And of course, we all know rejection hurts, but you won't ever know anything until you ask the girl if she's interested in you at all. And of course, Chocho is the one that pointed it out. Now, she had a weird way of trying to illustrate the correlation with potato chips and his love for Samir, and you know, not a lot of the other students really got what she was trying to say. Not even him. He was kind of confused. Magire was pretty much confused as to what she was talking about, and he really wasn't even trying to listen to it. He just wanted to know why she said no, why she didn't like him, you know, what he could probably do to make himself get noticed by girls. And of course, Chocho was relating things to potato chips, and we're just like, what the hell are you talking about? You know, this isn't related to love at all. What, you know, this doesn't make any sense. And of course, Chocho was just actually more toward the end of the episode, she really started talking more and really started to explain more of what she meant, and he actually understood it at that point. Now, of course, after he got rejected, I kind of knew this was going to happen, and I think a lot of other people might have noticed this as well. But we knew that that dark aura or that dark chakra was going to take over his body and make him go on a rampage. Now, with that being said, it was pretty interesting how he did his. Now, when he went on his rampage, first of all, he started off kind of like incognito, writing on the chalkboard, writing like thousands of love letters, pouring it off of the balcony of the staircase, and just having everything relate to Samir. And he basically scared the piss out of her, and you know, just really made himself even more weird. And then he lured her into the supply closet, got smoke grenades detonated, you know, basically got her out of there. And then he snatched her up, took her to the roof, and was like, look, we have unfinished business. You are going to tell me why you don't like me. But at that point, he had already been taken over by the dark aura, and you know, basically he was about to make his move when everybody else shows up. Boruto, Shikadaya, Mizuki, and of course Sadara and Chocho, they all show up, and they're just like, hey, you better leave him alone. Boruto steps up to the plate, being the guy, I guess, and he steps up to the plate and he's just like, yeah, we'll take you on. And then Shikadaya already knew to step in line. Of course, we would think that Shikadaya would be the one coming up with plans, but Boruto was the one that tried to, didn't really have a plan, just kind of just improvised and almost kind of died, as well as Chocho. She was the first person who almost died. So, you know, with Boruto stepping up to the plate, you know, they actually have some moves on him. I have to admit, Boruto actually have some moves on him. I'm impressed, honestly. But as I was watching the fight scenes for this episode in particular, I did notice that the movements were a lot related to Legend of Korra and the way they choreographed the fighting for it. Now, I do like that they kind of made the movements for the fights more fluent and more made everyone seem more agile, like they could actually move more. I mean, I just like the fluentiality, I guess you could say. I don't know if that's a word or not, but I like the fluent. I don't even know what I'm trying to say right here. I like the more fluid movements, I guess. The fact that the characters seem more loose when they move. They're not like you can kind of tell they seem like they're more animated, I guess you could say, not drawn. And I guess you have to draw it to animated, but you know, it's just a unique way of having it illustrated to people. You know, I just found it interesting. I know that might have been confusing to explain for most of you guys, but I just have a hard time explaining what that specific fight style is or how it looks to me when I describe what the fight scenes look like. But of course, the plan Boruto had was knocking the guy out to get rid and dispel the dark chakra, but Chocho actually stepped up and said her little speech about how potato chips was the one that she picked out that no one ever liked. You know, she picked it out because it was sitting there by itself for so long, and she just felt like it needed a chance, and you know, she gave it a chance, and she didn't really like them, but she continued to eat them, and I really don't get that why, but you know, I guess she just powered on through, and she was basically telling him he needs to do the same, step up to the plate, quit hiding, and just, you know, show somebody that you're there. You know, just be yourself and just basically show somebody that you're worth something. Don't just sit there in the dark trying to cloak yourself and be hidden. So, you know, that really got to him, and much like Dinky, or Dinky, I don't really know how you say his name, he actually didn't have to be knocked out for the dark chakra to be dispelled from his body either, but they talked to him and that dispelled it from him. And Chocho talked to this guy and it just kind of left because he came back to his senses and he had some kind of mental connection with what she was saying, so he was able to correlate and actually snap out of it. So it doesn't always take, you know, knocking someone out to get rid of the dark aura, dark chakra. So we now know that there is a way to get rid of it other than knocking them out, but you really have to make sense to a person to get them to snap out of it. Otherwise, you're going to get the end result as Shino and everyone else who's been infected with this, I guess, dark chakra. But this has been a very interesting episode for me. I really liked it, and of course, I can't wait to see episode 8 because then things are starting to look like they're involving more Naruto with his son, and that's one of the things I've been waiting to see. But thank you all for watching this video. If you all have enjoyed this video, go ahead and click the bell symbol. For those of you who are subscribed, and if you're not subscribed already, go ahead and do that as well. That way you can automatically get the bell symbol notified about all the latest Boruto videos coming your way, whether it be a review and or a prediction video, which I'll probably have that up tomorrow. But you guys can definitely stay tuned for that because there will be a lot more Boruto videos coming your way. If you guys would like to go ahead and leave any comments or questions down below in the comment section, go for it. I always encourage you guys to talk to me because I enjoy talking to you guys. And if you guys would like to go ahead and like this video and share it with as many people as you can so we can grow a Boruto fan base on 3-Man, that's always welcome as well. Until next time, guys, this has been your broadcast. Unpredictable is